Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy. If today I look a bit goofy, it's because I am tired of dealing with audio that is difficult to fix and post. At least for today, I'm going to be using my gaming headset. I am currently looking into getting a professional style microphone, so you guys may see that next week or the week after that. But if you guys want to see LEGO Speed Champions videos from yours truly, go ahead and check out LEGO Garage. LEGO Garage is where all of my previous Speed Champions videos and all future Speed Champions videos will be posted. LEGO Garage is exactly where everything is going to be, because if you don't like subscribing to a channel that posts things that has nothing to do with Speed Champions and then actually post Speed Champions once every couple of months, I understand and I agree. That's dumb. So go over to LEGO Garage, that's where you'll find everything that you need. Today we're going to be doing the LEGO Speed Champions 8 wide Ferrari F40. We already have, oh my gosh, it's so dusty, just like everything I own. So as you can see here, we do have the 6 wide Ferrari F40. I'm going to be honest, it's been so long that I don't remember the build techniques that went into this. This is a very nice looking car. All I can really say is from an aesthetic point of view, this car is beautiful. I do love the way that this looks. And this car is just going to be able to add more detail to the car that the 6 wide version can't even try to do. So I'm assuming that this car is going to be way better. If we just go based off of the box art and how the car looks in these pictures, this looks like a huge upgrade. I do find some little strange things. I will say that there unfortunately has been some of the internet giving me a bias. A lot of people are talking about the little hole in the door and how you can see straight through it. I don't care about that. I do understand that this is LEGO. They have some things that they're not really able to do that most people would like to see them do. So I don't really care about the hole in the door, but what I do find very strange is that the headlights, I don't understand why it's like this. I feel like we could have gotten a tinted translucent piece. They appear to just be holes in the car, and then the headlight is directly above that. That's a weird choice. I feel like we could have gotten a tinted translucent piece for that. But I mean, aside from that, I think this car looks really good. I love the look of these transparent pieces on the back that are supposed to make that back windshield, even if it doesn't look original to the car, because, I mean, obviously, these have a lot of glow on them if you look. And that's why I like it. It looks really cool when you have the light kind of bouncing out from the back of the car to the camera. Let's go ahead and talk about the pieces. Wow, that's a high piece count, right? 245, 328. Wow, it's not the highest piece count. So this one is 318 pieces. It is just called the Ferrari F40. So it's literally just a 1-to-1, except instead of 6 studs, we're doing 8 studs. This is a 1-to-1 remaster. And I'm super hyped about that because the Ferrari F40 is a beautiful car. So if you guys saw my last video, you know that I was trying out 2 different versions of how we do the build process. The first one was I made the car on camera and I talked about the process. And then the second one was just my typical time lapse. That video was way too long. Obviously, that video is actually coming up today in about 2 hours. So I haven't seen the reception to it yet, but just based off of what I've seen, it was just too long. So if it's a double pack, I'm going to stick to the traditional 2 time lapses. I think that's just more fitting for 2 cars. Yeah, so for this car, we're still going to do the build process. We're going to talk about the car as we go. So yeah, let's just get started. All right, so once again, we have an insane amount of bags. I don't know why we need 4 bags. Back in the day, they used to just come with 2, but for some weird reason, LEGO just now feels the need to differentiate pieces as much as possible, so well, looks like I see all the pieces for the minifig off rip. Not the biggest fan of it just being the hair piece. I would rather them actually have a helmet so that way their head is a bit more flat and everything just goes together smoothly. We're going to be using 2 of these cross pieces. That's always nice because they always create really, really good corners. I don't know why sometimes I commentate things like that. There's so much from these videos that you guys just don't see, especially from the last one where I was just saying the most random things that are so mundane and don't matter whatsoever. And in the editing process, I was like, why are you even talking? Like, there's a very good chance that the sentence that I just said you guys won't see. So if you guys do see the sentence that I just said because the video's length allows for it, now you know how I truly feel. Hey, it's time for a front axle. Maybe a front axle. Actually, currently with the car's orientation, I have no idea if this is the front or the back. We're already getting into some kind of technic build processes. We're going to put these red pieces right on either the front or the back of the car, and I'm pretty sure that a front or rear bumper is just going to slide directly into those. That's what tends to happen, and I've noticed the pattern and I've caught on, and it's always pretty fun, so I'm glad to see that that's here. Oh, well, that was immediately no longer true. I'm going to be grabbing 2 of these 1x3 roundeds. I'm going to be putting those posts inside of the 1x3. You gotta kind of be careful, I guess, how you line it up, because it does also have to connect to a stud that's on the side. That was short-lived. We got some of those 1x2s with the C-hooks. It'll be interesting to see what my lovely C-hooks do in this scenario. After doing a couple of double packs, I sure am happy that we're not doing a double pack today. Those take up my entire day. The editing process mixed with the amount of time that actually takes to do 2 cars. Dude, I am happy to be getting a break from those. Don't get me wrong, I do love our double packs that we do get, especially when they do some cool stuff like the G-Wagon and the SL63, but I'm very happy that this is just a single car. Looks like now we're going to be running into our first sticker, and I must say this is a better time than ever to show off how many stickers are in the set, because there's not very much here. We love that. Those are pretty solid. Let me keep my face out of camera because my phone loves to focus solely on my face. Alright, so this is clearly the front axle up here because this is where the gear shifter is. Now we're going to go onto the rear axle, and then that's just going to go right on. Nicely done. This back half, for being only the end of the first bag, is coming together really well. We've done a lot more than I thought we would. There's clearly studs there to attach the rear bumper. And just like that, we are done with the first bag. I'm starting to sound like an old man when it comes to Speed Champions. Back in my day, we only had one bag and you had to figure it the f*** out. This is the most finicky thing in the world. I'm trying to get what I just made in, and it won't let me because parts that I added before are free to rotate. So the alignment isn't, and I got it. Okay, good. I can stop complaining. Now it looks like we're gonna be making the seats. So it's just gonna be the 1x2s with the pull in it, and you're gonna put this curvy piece right on there, and then that's gonna go directly into these C-hooks that are in the base of the car, and they snap in place. Just like that. And there you go. You have a Ferrari F40 car seat. Oh, nice. Now we're going to make the little hole in the door that everybody seems to despise but me. Here's another interesting build technique. There is a small post in the door, and then we've got studs, obviously, everywhere, the ones with the holes in them. I'm going to be putting the post just directly into there. This was so close to basically being a functioning door. If they keep doing things like that, one day we may see Speed Champions that have functioning opening doors, because this is basically a hinge system. If we could put, you know, another one on the top, put it on the other side, create an opening so that way it actually can go open and it's not just squared, that would be really cool. They keep going. Maybe one day we'll get it. There is the stud right here. I'm just going to simply put that directly in there, and it just kind of lays in there. You can't apply too much force because it doesn't really let you before the doors kind of hit the side skirt. I'm assuming that with some more stability that will be in there a bit better. Here's the stability that I was talking about already. So we've got these 1x4s rounded with a 1x2 rounded, and that's just going to go directly on top of the post and connect to studs as well, creating that stability that I was looking for. Oh, we're going to be playing with that piece that completely confused me in last week's video. I was calling these goggles over and over again, but it's basically just like, I mean, they kind of just look like binoculars, but they have a hole for a stud, and that looks like it's going to be a piece of the engine. We're going to be adding the rear window. Alright, there's that rear window. It's just got some posts. We're going to put them right into some C-hooks that are right behind the driver's seats. And there you go. Rear window complete. Okay, I was wrong. The rear window is not completed. I just added some parts and I'm about to add even more. This is actually looking to be a little bit complex here. Now we've got that nice staircase effect, and all we've got to do is add the translucent pieces to it. And then I'm going to do this again, and that will create the sloped back window. These little pieces that basically make the sides of the rear window are very complex and kind of fun to build. They just go in exactly as you would expect. Very, very smooth. I see the effect that they were going for, and I feel like they nailed it. I dropped a piece. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, and I don't even know what it was. Oh, I see it. Oh, thank God I found that with ease. That'd have been stressing me out. Created some more of the center console for the interior. Now we're dealing with another part that I've either never seen before or I haven't dealt with very often. I believe that these are the parts that are going to be holding the rear view mirrors in, and I've got to say, from what I've seen from the pictures on the box, I'm not the biggest fan of these rear view mirrors. If they're the same ones that I'm expecting them to be, they're very bland and basic. So this is interesting. What this is doing is it's forcing the door to create a wedge. So how previously I was talking about how it's on a hinge system and it likes to move around, I did put in these little posts earlier, and you just grab the part that the mirror is going to sit on, and you put it right on there, forcing that C-hook in place, which gives it that angular top-down view kind of look. That's pretty smart. I like that. Hooray! More stickers, my favorite. Okay, these ones do have the Ferrari logo, so I want to be extra precautious, because if you don't make your Ferrari look good, well, just like how Deadmau5 found out, you will get sued. Ferrari, please don't sue me. I'm doing the best I can with these stickers, okay? As you can tell, this car is starting to look like a brick. We really need to start adding the front and rear bumper, because this thing looks like it'd be something you'd find in Minecraft. Interesting little design here. We've got, I don't know how I would describe any of what I'm looking at, but we're just going to put that directly on the front. So we're just going to add these sloped pieces in the front. I believe that that's going to be our front skirt, maybe? It's an interesting design choice, and it sticks out quite far from the front axle. This is looking like it could be a pretty long car, maybe? Yeah, it's going out there. We're already kind of getting to the point that I find strange, so I'm pretty sure that there's not going to be any pieces going over the clear white and the clear yellow piece that I added right there. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be fully exposed, and it's just going to be a full-on drop-off. No transparent piece covering it at all. I do find it strange. I'm not the biggest fan of the way that that looks. I'll let you know my thoughts about that at the end, because right now I'm not loving it. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta! What the f*** is that? Oh, hooray! More stickers! We created the, basically the hood of the car. Okay, and then you slightly rise it up so that way the seam disappears. So there's a little bit of wiggle room here, and I don't think that this is going to be something that we stabilize later. Just gonna have to deal with that. So we're gonna grab 3 of these little shiny C-hook post hole things. Oh, that's clean. So that's going to be basically the exhaust right there, and that's what I'm talking about. One of the previous cars had a very not so complex exhaust, and in fact I think it's the car behind me, the Aston Martin Vantage safety car. It didn't have a very complex exhaust, and that's something that I wasn't super happy about, because I love when the exhaust is just interesting. It's a very small part of the car, but it's a part that a lot of people like to focus on, just making it sound nice and aggressive. So to see that the exhaust on this one is a pretty cool, not super complex build, but still there's something to it. I like that a lot. Now we're just going to fit the rear bumper to the car. It appears that these studs just fit with these studs, and sure enough, they do. The way that the, I think, base of the spoiler goes on is pretty satisfying as well, so I thought I'd show this off. Where the tail lights sit underneath the base of the spoiler or the trunk of the car, there's just a little slot in the car for that to go, and then there's studs on the outside which connect right to the brake lights and turn signal light, and I should just say rear lights. It's simpler. Spoiler has now been attached, and I've got to say I love that. That looks so clean. Okay, and then where the rear lights are, there's a couple of posts there, which these flat panels are just going to snap directly into place. Just kind of cover up some of those open areas. We're going to apply some stickers now. We're going to add something on the underside. We're going to put it right on these posts using those C-hooks, and we're going to angle it upwards to close it off. That's nice. Now we're going to be putting the windshield on. So what I want to do is I just want to grab our driver, break his legs, and we can put him right inside. I've got to say, that is not a great fit. Okay, now we're going to grab these spoons, rear view mirrors, and we're going to put them right on where they go. God, not a fan. It's just kind of ugly. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am riding, no breaking me. I am riding, no shaking me. I am riding, no earthquake is me. The Ferrari F40 is complete. Let's go ahead and put that down. Let's bring out the 6 wide. I just want to see the differences between the 6 wide and the 8 wide, because I do think it is one of the most powerful references for what can be done when you have 8 wide. Obviously, the 6 wide, I did put the black spoiler on. With the 6 wide version, they do give you the option to choose exactly which spoiler you would like. Felt like the black and red looked good. Here, I think the red is just fine. I have no issue with it. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people were complaining about these little holes in the doors. I'm not too worried about it. Not to say that other people are invalidated or whatever, but like, you know, you feel how you feel. To me, I don't care. What bugs me quite a bit is that there are no covers on these headlights, and that's just an open space. There's something about that just, I find it very strange. I don't know why there isn't anything that we could have done. It feels incomplete. I like to keep my LEGO Speed Champions unmodified because I want them to look how they are intended to look. That is something that I'm thinking about doing in the future, is doing modded cars, but it's going to be way in the future once all of my right trigger videos have been uploaded to Lego Garage. The exhaust, like I said before, is very satisfying, and now that everything has been put together and we even put on that flat panel on the bottom, and how it's just that very flat back that you can only see in Lego, it is a bit strange to see, but also it feels so F40. That rear window, like I said before, I think it looks phenomenal. You can see a little bit of the engine. That is the binoculars piece that I was talking about. These rims, I don't know why back when I made the 6 wide I chose these rims, but I did, and so I wanted the Ferrari F40 8 wide to have the same rims, and I've got to say, I don't think it's the best choice. I really don't, but I just like having them for comparison's sake, because that is really cool to see. I was talking about how I don't like the rear view mirrors, but if you look at the 6 wide, there are no rear view mirrors. And I know that, you know, there's no way to grow if you're just comparing yourself to the past, so comparing an 8 wide to a 6 wide means we won't see any growth. It doesn't mean that you can't just stop and appreciate it sometimes. This is kind of hysterical. Like, this doesn't even look legitimate, and to think that this is something that I was so, you know, with the 6 wides I was super happy about them because I'm purchasing retired sets at an expensive price, and they're to fill the collection that I have. So there's more to it than just, oh, look at this dinky little toy. This actually means quite a bit. This car means even more because I can compare it to something that I hold in high regard. And I love how low this car sits. This is something that I bring up often, and I just busted the rear view mirror. This is what I've been talking a lot about with 8 wide cars lately, is that they feel so low to the ground. When I was doing the Mustang Dark Horse, I compared it to the I think it was the 2018 Mustang, that baby blue one. If you compare, because of how stubby 6 wide is, it really gives this illusion that the car is just lower, but that's because of the comparison of, you know, dimensions. Look at what the 6 wide has, huh? The 6 wide has covers on the headlights. I understand that we don't really have those pieces, I think, translucent and in this shape, but come on, man. It just doesn't, it looks weird. I think that's everything I have to say. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. What the f am I doing? I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Hey, yo, what that rock say?